I am Certified Pet Professional Amy Lee. The only difference between you and your groomer is knowledge, techniques, and tools. It is absolutely my pleasure to share with you the secrets of the grooming industry. So stay put as we get started on this journey together today. Thank you for joining me live from the grooming table. I am Amy Lee, Certified Professional Pet Groomer since 2003. But it is absolutely my pleasure to share with you the secrets of the pet grooming industry so you can provide quality care for your beloved pets at home, just like I provide here in my grooming salon. The same level of care that I provide to my pet clients, you can provide at home because we share that right here on YouTube. I also want to remind everybody that one of my goals right here on my YouTube channel is to bring a new voice to the pet grooming industry. And that is one that includes pet owners and not just pet groomers. Having a place to come together and learn valuable information on things such as tools, products, where to get them, grooming methods, all these things. It's essential these days with so many people grooming their dogs at home and finding how much they enjoy grooming their dogs at home. So we have built a place where people can learn to do that safely and effectively. And that is all right here on Go Groomer on my YouTube channel. If you haven't subscribed yet, guys, you go ahead and subscribe, smash the like button, let YouTube know that we're doing great things here, big things. And we couldn't do it without each other, so more power to us. I'm so proud of us. Guys, tonight's topic is really cool. I have a lot to talk about with you guys. The topic is more than just a dog groomer. What is a certified pet esthetician and how to become one? What is it? You guys are probably like, I don't even know what that is. You know, for a long time, I didn't either, guys. So we're going to learn a lot together tonight. I am so excited. This is really, really something, okay? A certified pet esthetician. They are not only trained to meet the requirements of healthy skin and coat, but also know how to treat skin conditions, whether it's a medical issue or a dermatological issue, like something with the skin. They understand how to treat that. They're trained how to do that. Pet estheticians also work closely with veterinarians to advise the healing process when it comes to skin and coat issues. So an esthetician, a certified pet esthetician, is essential in healing your pet's skin and coat, whether that's allergies, redness, flaky skin, dry skin, a skin infection itself. Pet estheticians are essential. But here is something that I want you to understand. I want you to understand the impact that a pet esthetician, certified pet esthetician, certified, I keep saying that. It means they need to know what they're doing, okay? They're certified, that they've gone through a course, all right? A certified pet esthetician, I want you to understand the impact that they have over the overall health of animals, period. The animals that they serve. They have a huge impact. You see, most people do not know that their pet's grooming needs exceed a haircut, a bath, a nail trim. Their grooming needs actually exceed that. And a lot of people don't understand that. A lot of pet owners and a lot of professionals. If your pet groomer is also a certified pet esthetician, then you are one of the lucky ones. Did you hear that, guys? If your pet groomer is a certified pet esthetician, pet, that's a hard word to say, esthetician. If your pet groomer is a certified pet esthetician, then you are one of the lucky ones. Meaning that your dog is not only guaranteed a haircut, but instead all your pet's skin and coat care needs are going to be met. That's important. It's not just about the haircut. Grooming is much more than that, guys. If your dog has dry, flaky, or irritated skin, it'll be addressed by your pet esthetician, and they will discuss with you an adequate program that they can offer to rectify the current skin issue at hand. And when I say adequate program, to rectify the skin issue, I mean that they can fix it without chemicals, drugs, or other powerful medications that may come along with side effects and even possibly counteract the true underlying problem that your dog is suffering from with their skin, whatever their skin issue is. I want you guys to be aware and not to be surprised if your vet does not encourage you to seek a certified pet esthetician upon a visit addressing a multitude of skin problems that could be possibly your pet could be suffering from. So if you go to your vet, don't be surprised if they do not suggest that you possibly schedule an appointment with a certified pet esthetician to see how they can help. And the reason for that is because a lot of vets, they're taught, most vets do not, okay, they do not include skin and coat care rehab in their daily medical practice, okay? So rehab, what I say is, I mean rehabilitating that skin and coat. I think that's important. Now, most vets do not include that rehab in their medical practice. Therefore, they do not share the option of healing your coat, your dog's coat, as a certified pet esthetician. They don't consider that as a viable option upon your visit when you go to the vet because your dog is suffering from possibly sudden loss of hair, red inflamed skin, raw or crusty buildup on your pet's skin, rashes, and many other things. If you've taken your dog to the vet for a skin issue, they will treat it promptly as their studies have taught them to. And 9 times out of 10, they will use modern medicine and harsh shampoo methods that can completely sometimes just miss the mark, you know, when it comes to curing your pet of these painful skin issues that they can have. They can be very painful. They can cause your dog to be very grumpy if their skin is irritated. It is the largest organ in their body. So it can have a huge effect on them if they're suffering from just even irritation for whatever reason. So your vet is probably not going to suggest, hey, I can prescribe you A, B, and C to kick this into overdrive and try to get things moving in the right direction for fluffy skin. And maybe you should also, you know, reach out to a certified pet esthetician because they can also aid in the healing process. Oftentimes, they're not going to suggest that. You're going to have to seek out a certified pet esthetician on your own. And believe me, guys, they are hard to find. They are. They're not a dime a dozen. In my opinion, every pet groomer should be required to obtain this certification, as it truly falls in line with skin and coat care. The information that you get upon completing a thorough certification course to be a pet esthetician, it's an abundance of information, and I think that all groomers should have that information. I really do. They should want it. Even if it's not required of you, groomers, you should want it. You do not have to be a pet groomer to become a certified pet esthetician. So, you know, you do not have to. In fact, if you only want to offer the services of a certified pet esthetician, you would be wise to do so because the pet industry desperately needs more CPAs. Absolutely, guys.
Every year, thousands of pets suffer from skin problems, allergies, hair loss, external parasites, and more. Exposure to the elements, harsh detergents, and the skin being stripped of its essential nutrients and protection can cause our pets' routine grooming to become a less than perfect and oftentimes damaging experience. Recognizing that there is a need to do more than just bathe a pet, Yves Saint Bernard USA has decided to offer online webinars and a certified pet esthetician program for those groomers wishing to go beyond the average grooming experience. Originally founded in Italy by Mirko Aringhieri, Yves Saint Bernard products were designed based on the science of skin. By creating products that fulfill the basic needs of life, oxygen, water, food, protection, we can provide pets with the exact requirements to fulfill their skin needs. Oftentimes, groomers are presented with skin problems and conditions without the proper tools or knowledge to help the pet. Since the groomer may see a pet 6 times more often than the veterinarian, the groomer is the first line of defense for these pets.
Most of these dogs need to have veterinary care. A lot of these dogs need more than just a standard groom. Unfortunately, there's not a lot of education out there as to take it to the next step.
Knowing that every pet is different, Yves Saint Bernard promotes the education of the science of skin. This allows pet skincare providers to personalize each pet's grooming experience based on an evaluation of their skin, breed, species, and coat type.
When we look at the skin, we're going to feel the coat, and we want to pull the skin out. I know that feels good, doesn't it? And you kind of roll the skin a little bit. That way you can see lesions, you can see bumps, you can see if there's dandruff.
Michelle Knowles, Master Groomer and Certified Pet Aesthetician, studied at the Yves Saint Bernard Grooming Academy in Italy. Bringing with her the science of skin, she joined Animal Health Services Veterinary Hospital in 2006. He has been successfully collaborating with the veterinarians to help pets in need of medical grooming through the use of Yves Saint Bernard products and therapies.
When Michelle started here, she told me that she could grow hair on hairless dogs. All those dogs that have chronic skin conditions, she said she could grow hair. And I essentially called her a liar. And she looked me straight in the eye and said, I can do this. And she's went on to prove that over and over and over again.
Before and after pictures show some of the eye-opening results. Yves Saint Bernard USA is now fulfilling the need to educate groomers and pet skincare providers by offering online webinars for the science of skin. In the webinars, you will learn what defines each coat type, the anatomy, specific needs, unique problems, and the proper tools for each coat. Also, as part of the science of skin education, we offer a webinar focusing on skin therapies and case studies. Some of the therapies include treating allergies, bacterial infections, fungal infections, and parasites. The in-depth case studies show each type of condition, before and after pictures, and instructions on what we used. By completing all 4 webinars, the Science of Skin Short Coat, Medium Coat, Long Coat, and Therapies, you will now become eligible to proceed into our Certified Pet Aesthetician program. If you are a groomer, veterinarian, veterinary technician, pet health provider, or just interested in pet skin care and would like to learn more about the science of skin, please visit our website and click on the webinars link to get signed up. The science of skin allows us to fully understand that each pet is unique. We will be able to tailor skin treatments for the individual needs of each pet. Go beyond the average groom and provide pets with health. Healthy skin makes a beautiful coat. Health is beauty.
Pretty cool, right? Guys, I myself just enrolled in the Yves Saint Bernard program to become a certified pet esthetician, and I cannot wait to begin this training. I enrolled, I think it was Friday evening. Our friend Impossible Pup, David T., had emailed me a link. Oh, my computer cord's messing up. had emailed me a link to a podcast actually done by a very educated groomer, a very established groomer who has a podcast. I should have linked that in the description of this video. I did link the Yves Saint Bernard program for you guys to check out, the website to that. But it really got my wheels turned, and I'm thinking, you know, I can't believe that I have not done this. It would benefit so many pets. It's just amazing that the information that you're going to learn by becoming certified as a pet esthetician. It may take me over a year to complete my certification, but you know, that's only going to give me time to more time to absorb the knowledge and the training, as well as continue my own case studies on client pets who suffer from an array of different skin issues. There are 3 modules in the training and testing required to complete this program, and altogether the cost is just over $1,000. But it's very time intense. It will take you time to get this certification, and there's different steps to completing it. I did link the Yves Saint Bernard Pet as the certification program for the esthetician in the description of the video so that you can learn more about it and the curriculum and the training requirements attached to becoming certified. Part of it will be, the last leg of the training will be to go to Arizona to the facility, and I believe it's a 3-day training that we'll endure, and it's invitation only. So after you complete the first module, which is you will actually get a certification of the science of skin care, so that you're going to learn so much about that in module 1, and you have to test. And then you go into module 2, and which is more like your case studies, and you follow, you know, you have to build your case studies and actually do this work with dogs and you know, document it. So then part 3 is to actually go there, and you have to provide your own, you know, place to stay and food. But I can't wait. And they only offer the module 3 by invitation only. So you have to have completed module 1 and 2, and then they will invite you to pay for the 3rd module and set that up. And it's usually only like 1 or 2 dates a year that it is scheduled for. So you have to coordinate that and know when you're going to go. But I am so excited, guys, and it is going to help you too by me learning this, because I'm going to share crucial things with you about caring for skin and coat, because I know a lot of you are caring for your own dog's skin and coat at home, and some of you are pet groomers, and just, you know, we only know what we've learned, right? If this wasn't part of your program, there are a lot of things that we weren't taught when we were taught to become a pet groomer. So I think it's important, this extra training and knowledge, and to take these extra journeys to better yourself as a pet groomer and to offer even more to the pets that you groom. So, I mean, people will come find you because you are that groomer, okay? Be that groomer, definitely. Let me show you one more thing here, guys. This is awesome. And then we're gonna get chatty.
This is Dr. Cliff Faber explaining a little about Yves Saint Bernard. And so this is kind of introductory because we're always asked, you know, why Yves Saint Bernard? What sets Yves Saint Bernard separate from so many of the other shampoo companies out there? Because there's a lot of them. And quite honestly, I don't know how groomers especially make a decision when there are so many products and things available. And I guess the quick answer to why Yves Saint Bernard, because it works. The parent company in Italy has designed a product that is designed to actually hydrate. You know, we think about this all the time when we talk about hand lotions and facial creams and conditioners, that they're supposed to hydrate. The reality is that most of these are emollients, and quite frankly, they just sit on the surface. They really don't add moisture to it. Now they hold the moisture in, but they don't necessarily add to it. The other unique thing about Yves Saint Bernard USA is the education. We go back and teach the why and the how on a lot of this stuff, because a lot of people have either learned poorly or have just randomly used products and not really understand the correct way to do that. So if we can educate you a better way of doing it, then we can help you. And this helps in multiple different ways, not only in the results, but also in the cost efficiency. A lot of people look at Yves Saint Bernard products and have sticker shock. And, oh my gosh, that bottle is so expensive. The reality is we shouldn't be looking at the cost of the bottle. We should be looking at the cost of the bath. If you learn our technique and what we teach, the cost of the bath is going to be somewhere between 50 cents to $1. Not a big deal, but you've got to understand the principles behind it. I can do a whole horse in 3 to 4 tablespoons of product. So it doesn't take a lot. You also have to understand when you're using a product, it's a chemical reaction. It takes time. One of the biggest problems people have is putting way too much product on, rubbing it in, rinsing it off before it ever has a chance to work. And then a lot of times they end up having to do the second bath. You're wasting product, you're wasting time. So we need to make sure that we use the correct technique. And that's what we try to do with Yves Saint Bernard here. And this applies not only for routine care, but it also applies to any skin issues. Now, honestly, as a veterinarian, I'm going to tell you a lot of the skin issues we deal with probably have to do with product, probably have to do with some poor management of the skin. So we have the ability to help you do this. Now, what sets us apart from the veterinarians on that is because we attack the problem where the problem is. As a veterinarian, I was taught in school that the way you attack all skin problems is you give them stuff internally, and hopefully it works out to the surface and solves the problem. The reality is the skin's a barrier. So if you put something on the other side of the wall, it isn't always going to penetrate through the wall. So that eliminates the ability to treat a lot of these things. Now, a lot of times they do recommend shampoos and that, but they almost never recommend conditioners. A shampoo itself, it strips, it takes away the oils and the natural defense system of the skin. If we're not adding it back, then we're not solving a problem. And to add insult to injury, a good percentage, if not all the products that are recommended in the veterinary field, and I was there, so I can say this honestly, are harsh. They're very drying, they're very irritating. So if we take a skin problem and put something harsh and irritating on it, we still have raw, irritated skin. We haven't solved the problem. So one of the big secrets here with Yves Saint Bernard is conditioning. If you're buying just a shampoo from us, you've missed the whole glory of Yves Saint Bernard. The real glory is when we use the conditioners on that. Now, a lot of people say, well, how about if I use a cheap shampoo and then I'm going to use an expensive conditioner? Well, it helps, but the problem is if you strip all the oils off, you got that much more to add back. Why don't we use a mild shampoo? Let's use a process that just barely takes off a small layer there so that we only have to add a little bit back and get the right conditioner so that it's going to hydrate and feed and nourish the skin. Most conditioners are just oils that go on the surface. Like I say, they don't have what that hair and skin needs to solve the problem. So therefore, a lot of times we just don't get the results that we would like there. So I hope this information helps. We're going to have more of these type videos, and hopefully you can listen to them and learn, and we can teach you along the way, because our ultimate goal is results. It's not just about product. I tell people to have good results, you have to understand the science of what's going on, you have to use good technique, and you got to use the right products. So you need to combine all three. If you short circuit any of those, you're probably not going to get as good results. So one of the biggest mistakes a lot of people make is they're going to use our products, their technique, and expect our results. Each step of the way is very, very important, and it's important that you understand the reason why on this. And then once you do that, you'll find that you're going to get much better results. Hopefully we can help you raise your level of grooming to another level and hopefully avoid some of the skin issues that you may face with your own individual dog. Thank you for your time.
Hey guys, I want to say real quick too, Suzanne, who is Groomer's Harness here in our chat, Suzanne is a certified pet esthetician as well. So you know she has a wonderful grooming channel that she shares daily live grooming on. And as she's grooming, she's often chitty-chatting with us about what she's doing, why she's doing it. Here's the thing, you know, when you're, maybe tomorrow, if you guys are going to watch Suzanne while she's grooming, she can tell you of some experiences that she's had that have been actually helped because of her training as a certified pet esthetician. Because I know she's probably ran into things where, you know, having that certification has shed light on situations. I know she has. Why do pets need certified pet estheticians? Because pets need skin and coat care actually more than they need a haircut. They really do. Think about that, my friends, and we're going to talk about that. I saw a couple questions in here. I want to jump in real quick before I miss. Diane had a question, said, what type of conditioner would be best on a Frenchie's coat? They get coarse hair. Their coat is coarse. Here's the thing, guys. There are so many pet products out there that we could use that are actually wonderful products. It's, you know, it's hard to say, use this one for that one, use this one for that one. The important thing that is often overlooked when it comes to skin and coat care for our dogs especially is proper bathing techniques, proper use of products, and how often that is done. I will be honest with you guys. Your dogs, I don't care what breed it is, they would benefit from a proper bath weekly. That's no joke. I'm not kidding. And this is what has caused over the years so many of our problems. Ben, you had a question. I saw that and I wanted to jump right in on that. I was like, I'm so glad. Where is that? Ben asked, oh, give me a second. Ben says, what acute and chronic skin issues do you see the most? Ben, they're all diagnosed as skin allergies. And most of them here, I live in Pennsylvania, most of them are treated with steroids, prednisone, what's the name of it? It's a antihistamine, begins with an A, and I can't, Apoquil, okay? This is how they're treated. And it's a pile of skin issues that are really kind of just falling into line a little bit with skin allergies. So we'll treat it as an allergy, which is completely missing the mark on the treatment. The treatments that you can provide as a certified pet esthetician will blow away the results that your steroids and prednisone and Apoquil and all this other stuff is going to offer your pet. This is what is, it really needs to be, we all need to educate ourselves about this, guys. I'm so glad to do this episode on this, and I'm also so glad that I'm going to be taking the training so I can share this with you. I can share how it has helped the pets I groom, how it has helped my own pets. I'm going to seek out pets that need help and do case studies with them for free while I'm training, because I want to help them and I want to know what I'm doing is going to help them. And that's going to prove to me that it will. The proof is already out there, guys, that this is necessary. I think all groomers should at some point consider taking this certification. I know we're busy, but I think the quality of the care you will provide to your pet clients is just going to quadruple. And of course, you know, at different times, you have to charge for this. You have to add that into your program. But here's the thing, guys. These dogs aren't going to the vet for $200 a shot and just getting steroids and antihistamine, which is going to clear it up for a while. it's not going to actually take care of the problem. Often it doesn't. So to answer Ben's question, what acute skin issues do I usually see, or chronic? Most of them usually are, and I can honestly say this, caused by dogs who have coat, not necessarily full coat, just coat, and they're not bathed enough. So the coat is doing its job to protect the skin and filter things from the skin, because the skin is the largest organ in the dog's body. So the coat's doing its job, but after 8 weeks, because most people only have their dogs bathed when that dog goes to the groomer. That's it. And some people who are bathing their dogs at home in between grooms are not doing it right. They're using the wrong product, which imbalances the skin, or they're not rinsing it properly, and they're not conditioning properly to balance out the skin and coat. So most of what I see is really just an imbalance in the dog's skin and coat because it's not being cared for enough. That goes back to what I said earlier about, don't think that you can't have your dog bathed every week and your dog not benefit from it, because they would tremendously. And I know that seems out of hand to ask that of people, but I think it's out of hand that over all these years we don't focus on that. We don't focus on cleaning the skin and coat properly with products that are safe, that are not going to disturb the pH. They're pH balanced for our pets. They're not, degreasing products that we're bathing them with. They're good products. And they will actually keep your dog's skin and coat in tip-top shape, which in turn keeps your dog feeling great, feeling good, being healthy. It really adds a whole health benefit to your dog, guys, to take care of that skin and coat. So that's why I can't wait to get into this and learn more and start seeing these results myself. I'm very lucky that I have an English bulldog who easily, if I neglect to bathe him less than once a month, I will start to see buildup and flaky skin and super oily coat and irritation, in his wrinkles. And he's got very sensitive skin, believe it or not. These short-haired breeds that we never take to the groomer, Boston Terriers, our little short-haired Jack Russells, our short-haired Dachshunds, people think they don't need groomed. They need groomed. They really do have skincare needs. And that's part of grooming. And this is why a lot of those short-haired breeds, Bulldog, Boston Terrier, Dachshund, often develop skin allergies. Dry, flaky skin, itchy, crusty skin, scratching all the time, irritation, redness, because they're never bathed. It's true. So that is a message that we're trying to, we're trying to beat down the doors on that, guys, okay? So keep sharing with people how important it is to properly bathe your dog, and with products that are pH balanced, and with, using a proper rinse station, so you can be sure to rinse all product off of your dog and let the products do what they're supposed to do. I will be so excited to actually dive in to use the Yves Saint Bernard products, because that's part of my course in Module 2. I will, as a student, get a discounted rate on a bundled product, so that I, and use it as I'm being taught to use it. I'll be able to see the benefits. So a question about the Frenchie, what is a good conditioner? I'm glad you brought that up, because a lot of groomers, even pet groomers, especially mobile, because they're limited with water, they only have so much water and they got to go fill up more water. Oftentimes, professional pet groomers will skip the condition completely, and they're only shampooing. And that is really, really not going to help the pet. You know, cleaning the coat really good with this shampoo is very important. But adding and balancing out that skin and coat with your conditioner is really important. So pet groomers that choose to skip the step of conditioning dogs is not helping them when they go home. You know, don't forget, this may be the only time that dog is getting bathed is when he comes in for his groom, for his haircut. So make sure you take your time with the bath. Do a good job for that dog. You know, that's where this certification is really going to benefit the dogs that I groom. And I'm going to share that information with you guys so it can benefit your dogs too. So as far as what would be a good conditioner for the Frenchie, I would say, you know, I like the Nature Specialty lines of shampoos and conditioners. I like Tropiclean. I like so many. I love the Petals and Tails with the hydrating misting spray. Actually, I love that for a short-haired breed. I think the Petals and Tails discount code, I have a discount code for them in the description. I hope it's in this video. If it's not, it's in a prior video. But that's the Petals and Tails shampoo is a CBD oil hemp-based product that is made for helping the skin. The skin can become inflammation. CBD oil is known to help with inflammation. And their hydrating mists feel wonderful. And there's a right and a wrong way to apply those products. So I have lots of videos on my channel, guys, to show you how to properly use shampoos and conditioners and testing different ones. So if you really want to give it your Frenchie a really good experience, I would try the Petals and Tails. Let me show you. I'll show you real quick. This one right here is a recent one that I got, and I'm really loving it. Oh wait, this is the exotic. Boy, my camera's white balance is terrible. You can't even see that. Ay, ay, ay. Okay, well this is the exotic orchid. These are the hydrating mist sprays. It's like an oil a little bit. You basically put a few squirts in your hand and you rub it together, and this is when your dog is toweled off and shampooed out of the tub. Then you massage it through the skin and coat, and then you dry and brush your dog as you normally would. And this creates a lot of hydration. Hydration is very important, and that's what our conditioners do. But you have to couple it with a good shampoo that helps to clean the coat, and then we balance out the skin and coat. So that's that would be my advice for a Frenchie. Your Nature Specialty products are wonderful. The Sun Guard conditioner is super good. There's the Easy Shed by Nature Specialty that's wonderful too. And as far as what I see in my salon most of the time, as far as skin issues that need corrected, it's all being diagnosed as allergies. And sometimes you'll see hair loss. You know, the hair just starts falling out, and that is a huge indication that the skin is really ticked off. The hair is falling out. The skin is not healthy. So, you know, it's very, we got to pay attention to that, guys. It's very important to understand how this happens and how to counteract it, how to fix it. And it's often not done with medications. Sometimes it is. Sometimes medications are needed. But if there were more certified pet estheticians, there would be a lot less trips to the vet. Because I think allergies, if you look this up, allergies is like the #1 thing that everybody's taking their dog in there. The reason their dog has allergies is because the skin is not clean. That's why. Oftentimes, sometimes they can be allergic to things. But if the skin and coat is clean and healthy and well maintained, often those things that are bothering the dog won't even bother them anymore because the skin's happy. When the skin's mad, it lets those elements in to do damage. So we need to educate ourselves on that, guys. It's very important. Donna says, I've tried the Ives San Bernard on one of my dogs with no results one time, over $400. So one time, and a lot of it, Donna, you have to make sure you're using the products properly and that you're using the right products. And usually it's not a one-time deal. You know, nothing topical is going to work. Just like people who break out from terrible acne, you know, one retinol treatment doesn't fix it. It's a program, and it may take 4 or 5 treatments till you start to see results. That's because the skin, it takes a while to become upset. It's going to take a little time for it to turn the other way and start showing improvements, but it will. I guarantee you it will if you are on a routine schedule with bathing that dog with proper products, and that you will see it. You absolutely will see benefits. And when dogs' skin is hurting them, they're in pain, they're moody, they're miserable. If your dog is grumpy and he's itchy all the time, it's probably because he's itchy all the time. So helping that changes their whole demeanor and happiness. It changes everything for them if we can get their skin feeling good. It's so important. I am so excited to do this. I cannot wait. Just looking for your questions, guys. Nora says, Amy, screen freeze alert. Oh, I hope it's not. I tell everybody to stay off the internet when I'm live streaming, so hopefully they do. Oh no, so it lost me. That stinks. We're supposed to have good internet connection here. I don't know. I get a little upset sometimes with our internet. This is the best that we can get right here is Comcast. Barb Roberts says, agree with Amy about striking a balance in the coat care. I tried an all-in-one shampoo and conditioner and the dog's coat wasn't good. So I went back to the separate shampoo and conditioning steps. Yeah, I agree. And people often think, you know, these shortcuts, like just using a really good moisturizing shampoo and not conditioning the dog is going to, you know, cut out some time and save them some time. But it's really not helping the dog. And rushing through the bathing process, guys, for our groom is such a bad thing to do as a professional or as a home groomer. Rushing through the bathing process is such a bad thing to do because I'm telling you, and I hope you guys hear me, and if you've taken my course, you've heard me say it in my course, the bathing process is the most important part of the groom. It not only sets up your clipper work and your scissor work to be perfect if your bathing work is done properly and if your dog is good and clean, the skin and coat is well balanced. It not only sets up your clipper work to look great and your scissor work, but it is what the dog needs. Bathing is the most important part of grooming, and it should be taught that way, and it's not. It's not. It's like, hey, we got to give the dog a bath. Most of the time in courses, they're teaching you to do most all of the clipper work first and then bathe the dog. Well, guess what? Sometimes when you're doing clipper work, even let's say on a matted dog, when you're clipping a dog that's severely matted, you're tugging on that skin and coat. You're tugging on it a lot because you have to. You have to get those mats out. Now you've gotten the skin a little irritated. Now we're going to hurry up and give them a bath. And it doesn't matter what products you use, just get them clean so you can get them back on the table, finish them, and send them home. No, no, no. What happens in the bath is very important, especially if you're working with a matted dog. So let's say we're working with a dog that's matted. We clipped him down before we bathe him so we can get that nasty stuff off and we can actually clean his skin. We've got to be careful of the water temperature that we use. His skin may be a little irritated because we were tugging on it with those mats and trying to brush out some areas. It may be irritated. If we use really hot water, we're opening those pores and inviting all kinds of bacteria in. And bad things happen, guys, I'm telling you. The bath is so important. So aside from that, he needs his skin and coat to be rebalanced because it was out of balance due to wearing all those mats. His coat was not able to do what it was supposed to do for the skin because it was so matted. So you got to think about that. You know, it's really important. We are getting super chats in here from Impossible Pup, and I saw My Favorite Dog Dad. Melissa, you guys are so getting saluted. Because you hear what I'm saying, and you know that we need to do better, and we can do better. And we have to learn, right? We have to be better so we can do better, and that's what we're doing. I can't wait to learn this and to learn. My head's going to explode. I know. I'm so excited. I love learning to begin with. But I can't wait to start this. I can't wait to start this program. And I'll share with you along the way what I'm learning, how it's going. I can't certify you guys. If you want to be certified, you have to take the course. Well worth it. One of our friends, Jazz, who lives in Arizona, I believe, Jazz Liger, says, I have been looking for a CPA for so long for my pets. I can't find one. Perhaps I should become one. I say, if you're interested, absolutely. There's such a demand for it. You could just be a certified pet esthetician. You don't have to be a groomer. You can say, this is what I do. I keep your dog in good shape all the time. So my clients are on a 2-week schedule, whatever, and I know what each client needs to keep their skin and coat in good shape. I know if I need to do a special treatment on a dog because I've been trained to do that. And then your groomers, whoever you choose, your groomer's your groomer. I am your certified pet esthetician. Absolutely. And I'll tell you what, guys, if as I get older, if all I can do is care for dogs' skin and coat, I'm going to do that. Okay, because I can do that. If I can't stand here and groom dogs anymore, if it's too much for me, I may have to get somebody and train them and let them do that. And I want to take care of the skin and coat. Actually, that is my favorite part of the groom. So maybe that's what I should be doing, is just being a certified pet esthetician. But I love grooming, don't get me wrong. I do. It's physical. It wears me out, but I love it. I've been doing it for a long, long time, and I'm just getting older, that's all. So I'm glad that you brought that up, Jazz Liger, and was saying maybe I should consider that certification for myself and start a business. Absolutely. And I'll tell you what I would do if I was just starting out and that's what I wanted to do. I didn't want to give the dogs haircuts. I wanted to care for their skin and coat, maybe trim nails and clean ears, whatever. I would get a mobile van and I would build a business around just that. And don't think that people are not going to pound down your doors to be your client. Word is going to get out. When you start helping dogs, people talk. My dog's been itchy for 10 years. I finally decided to take it to this wonderful pet certified esthetician, and she got my dog on a schedule, and within 6 weeks, we saw immense improvements. Well, think about it, guys. You take your dog to a vet for allergies. It takes at least 2 weeks till you see the improvement. 2 weeks of them having the steroid that kills their organs, and it does. It's bad for them. 2 weeks of them having an antibiotic because they actually have a bacterial infection or whatever. It takes a while till you see improvements. Don't expect results overnight when you have a problem. It doesn't work that way. You guys know that. You know that. So what I'm saying is if you really do want to create a business around taking care of dogs' skin and coat and not giving them haircuts, you absolutely can. People need this service. People are taking such good care of their pets these days. A lot of people are choosing to have dogs instead of children. It's their choice, but that's the truth. So guess how they feel about their dogs? They feel like that is their children, that is their family. And no, dogs are animals. I totally believe that. But I also believe that we need to do everything we can to provide a happy, healthy life for them. Everything that we can. And taking care of their skin and coat is very important. And grooming is not just about a haircut. It is about skin and coat care. So certifying yourself as a pet esthetician is very important. Very important, especially if you're a professional, I think. Like I said, a lot of groomers try, they don't even condition the dogs because they don't want to take the time to have to do that second rinse. Well, then how is it that you're caring for the dog's skin and coat? Because that's part of it, is balancing the skin and coat. There are so many important details to learn and to be aware of when trimming and bathing and brushing dogs. Having that certification would just position you in a place to be very confident about how you can help dogs and how to perform your job, you know, even as a groomer, if you get this certification. So I'm definitely doing it. Let me see if you guys have any questions. I am just so excited. I really am. Oh, let me see. Oh gosh, I don't know what's going on with my internet. And like I said, is anybody else in the chat a certified pet esthetician? I know Groomer's Harness is. Suzanne, I know she is. Tasha says, do they have any sisters made by Kenchi yet? Scissors for left-handed. They do, not my sapphire shears, Tasha, but they have a series that's very similar to my sapphire shears called the Love series. They make left-handed shears in the Love series, and people love them. It's one of their best sellers. So go check that out, my friend. Carrie J, our superstar, who bought Jill Russell my course for Black Friday. You're such an awesome person, Carrie. I love you. Says, just putting this out there, can you use a human light that is used to add moisture on your dog, a natural oil base? I don't know. I may find out when I take my course, Carrie. I've never heard about it, so I can't say from my experience. Lamp oil, light oil. Can you use, hold on. Can you use human light oil to be used? I think you mean like, do you mean like coconut oil or even avocado oil or anything like that? I would refrain from using that straight up, especially to cure a skin problem, because it could actually clog the pores. So I would tend to use something, you know, that's really made for the dog's skin, especially irritated dog skin. Raquel, what did you do? Raquel's super chatting? Oh my gosh. What did she say? What? Raquel said, hi, beautiful. Hope you had a wonderful Thanksgiving. We are loving all this great information. I am so glad that you guys are enjoying this topic. I wasn't sure how you would feel about it, but I know you guys love your dogs, and you are so getting saluted, Raquel. Thank you very much. I had a wonderful Thanksgiving. Busy, but wonderful. We did a lot of things. We saw a lot of people. We went to a parade. We did a lot of things. But thank you, Raquel. Thank you very much. And I hope you had a wonderful Thanksgiving, too, in your new place. This was your first holiday in your new place. So, yes, this information is very, very good. I am so glad to share it with you. Janelle says, I use exactly what you taught me to use with the Prima system, and my dogs look amazing. I love petting them and their skin. Yes, the Prima bathing system does a fantastic job. It's like a large frothing machine, and Janelle has the Prima bathing system. And she uses it on her dog. She uses it properly. She uses it with good products. She follows it up with conditioner and rinsing and brushing, wet brushing. You can't go wrong. All these things are stimulating the skin and coat, are adding blood flow, circulation to your dog's skin, which is only going to help the skin and coat. So proper bathing it's key to your dog's grooming needs. It really is. That is the prerequisite to any groom, is a good, proper bath. And no more of this skipping over it and, you know, cutting corners and using drying sprays to dry your dogs quicker instead of conditioning them in the tub. You know, it's not helping them. Not at all. Karen says, this is so important. Skin problems. Dogs get older. Thin skin and coat. Dry skin, cracks, infection prone. Yes, as dogs age, their skin is definitely more susceptible to become irritated because it is thinner. It is a little bit more imbalanced because it doesn't have the proper ratio of sebum anymore, you know. It doesn't have that balance like it used to. It gets dry easier, and a dry skin cracks and allows bad things in. So absolutely, even our older dogs, guys, make the bathing process a good experience for them, and you will see a healthier dog, a happier dog. You will see it in your dog when they feel better. And that's been proven. That has been proven, absolutely. Let me just look for any questions. Hopefully, not missing anybody. Elsie says, I'm halfway through the Dr. Cliff's Pet Esthetician course. Good for you, Elsie. That's the one I'm taking too. Dr. Cliff Favors from Ives San Bernard. Definitely. Elsie, we should get together and talk sometime when we both have a minute, you know? But I would love to talk to you about it, Elsie. I'm sure you're learning tons. Carrie J says argan oil on the ends. Oh, meaning the argan, like the things we use in our hair, argan oil. I still say to stay away from any human products on our pets. They may share ingredients sometimes, guys. Yes, we have pet shampoos that have argan oil in them, avocado oil, whatever. But it's the pH balance level thing that we've got to worry about. And dog hair is definitely different than our hair. So I say stay away from all human products on our dogs, guys, just to be safe. If you want an argan oil type thing, Carrie, think about the hydrating mist that you can get. This is terrible. My lighting is terrible. Think about the argan oil, or no, the hydrating mist. There's many different scents. These are natural. These are made with hemp oil, CBD oil. They're good for, you know, calming inflammation and all that kind of stuff. But those are the Petals and Tails hydrating mist sprays that would be nice. And you use them when your dog is toweled off right out of the tub. And you put about 3 squirts in and you massage it through to the skin. It's very important. Janelle says, many thanks to Donald Rule for giving me the groomer's harness he won. It's already on the way. I know. What a cool guy, right, Janelle? And I'm so glad. You're going to love it. He knows that you'll be able to use it. You have a lot of dogs. And it's totally adjustable. So you'll be able to adjust it to all of your dogs. It's wonderful, Janelle. I'm so happy that he did that. That was really cool. Carrie Madden, how you doing, girl? Hang on a second, it popped up there. Carrie Madden says, I'm loving this information. I am definitely doing this course. Goes hand in hand with what I'm learning here, as well as what I've learned in the medical field. Absolutely, Carrie. I think it's so important for us groomers to want to do this, to want to have this certification, especially because we're already bathing the dogs. So imagine if we could say, okay, I usually see your dog every 6 weeks. But today I discovered he's really suffering from some allergies. He's got very flaky skin, thick flakes coming off his skin. It's red. Let's put him on a program. You know, let me have him next week, and then I want to see him back in 2 weeks, and then in 3 weeks, and by then we should be good. And this is all for bathing, skin care. That's it. And a certified pet esthetician will offer that. So that's something that currently us dog groomers, we will encourage them to bring the dog back in a week or two to bathe it because we know the benefits just from a clean, balanced skin. But to be able to put the dog on a program and to have the training and know exactly what it is that we need to do to address that is so super cool. And that's what I want to do. And I think all groomers would benefit from that. And Deborah says, do Tropiclean have a separate conditioner? Yes, Tropiclean has many different conditioners. They have a couple different lines of shampoo. Their newer line, which is the what's it called? Perfect Pet? They don't have a conditioner with that, but you can couple in any of their conditioners with it. But yes, Tropiclean has a lot of conditioners, Deborah, and I like their products. I really do. And oh gosh, this is bouncing around on me. Hold on, guys. And okay, I'm back to where I need to be. Okay. If I'm correct, I am caught up with my questions. Okay, good. I hope I didn't skip anybody. So stay tuned, guys, because this is information that I'm going to be sharing. Carrie says, you're the best, Amy. Always looking out for everybody. Thank you. Always looking out for us to be awesome and looking out for our pets. That's why we're all here tonight. You got to admit it. We're all here to look out for those animals. Carrie, you're the best. I appreciate it. And I can't wait for you to come to Hershey next year so we can hang out again. Thank you, Carrie, for this much. We are better together. Much better together. So, yes, as my journey continues, I'm going to share that with you guys, what it's like and how much I'm learning and what I'm learning. And hi, what do you want?
You missed someone's question in here.
Oh,
So I was bringing
hubby
it back.
came to help. Do you know which one it was?
Yes. That one right there.
LaDawn said, I'd really like to do this. So you just jump in and do the first module and then what? Okay. No, you don't jump in. I mean, you jump in. If you buy the first module,
Upstairs. You guys come.
yes, Bulldog, you have to go.
Bulldog, come.
Too many wires out here.
Yeah, Bulldog, come. Little guy.
So the first module is, and you have to go to the website. You know, you guys have to go and learn. Oh, he'll be all right, I guess. You have to go to the website, and it's all laid out there, what you do in the first module, the second module, the third module. But in the first module, it's $224, I think it cost. And with that, you get a workbook because it's mostly book work that you're doing. In fact, let me just tell you real quick, I can pull this out. I laid it out for myself today in a little file so I can easily refer to it. In module 1, it's the science of skin. That is the video that you will be learning, and it goes into depth education on the foundation of coat, the science of the coat, the needs of short-haired coats, medium coats, long coats, therapies, and much more. Once you have finished that series, module 1, you take a test and receive your certification for science of skin completion. It's a certificate. And then you move on to the next module. But module 2, I believe you have to be, it's invitation as well. So in module 1, you will learn you have a full color illustrated workbook that you're going to be referring to. You also get testing for one student. So you have to take a test to complete this certification in module 1. And you also get a box to store it in. But what you will learn about, it says here, is the foundation of coat science, the needs of short coat, the needs of medium coat, the needs of long coat, defining coat types, learning skin therapies, and skin disease. So those are the things that you're focusing on in module 1. And I chose to have, you can have the information sent to you on a DVD. I chose to have mine on a USB so that I can put it on my computer and take that with me wherever I go. Or if I'm at home, I can simply shoot it from my computer to my smart TV and watch it there. So I'm quite excited. But yes, please go to the website. It's linked below, Certified Pet Aesthetician, how to become one. And it's laid out for you exactly what to expect and how it goes. So I'm excited, very excited. Jenny's here. Hey, Jenny. I thought you were working on Mondays. Oh, I didn't like that. Yes, LaDawn says, honestly, this sounds super fun. Love it. And I'm a groomer. Awesome. Angela Lackman, what are you doing? Amy, loved the videos. Learned so much. Thank you for all the tips and sharing. Molly thanks you too. Well, you and Molly are so getting saluted, Angela. Thank you so much. We're better together. We're doing it right. We are. We're doing a lot. So happy. So proud of you guys for all that you're doing. The home groomers and all of our pet groomers, you guys work hard and you know what you're doing. You know, it's not an easy job. Donna says Tropiclean OxyMed shampoo and conditioner is new. It's not new, but it's good. I've used OxyMed shampoo and conditioner for a long time. Very good. So that is a good choice, especially for irritated skin, because it really is healing. It's very gentle. I like it a lot. All right, guys. Well, I'm going to scroll on out of here and just let you ponder all these things. Just gave you a lot to think about tonight, right, guys? So I can't wait for us to dive in a little further and learn more together. And I'll share it with you. Don't worry. But it's really going to be amazing. And if you guys are considering, if anybody's considering a new career, think about being a certified pet esthetician. Not a groomer. If you don't want to do the haircuts, we can send them to a groomer. But focusing on skin and coat care, why not? What an awesome job. So I will see you guys next Monday. I love you. I hope you all had a wonderful Thanksgiving. Now it's almost Christmas. I got my tree up. Do you guys? Woohoo! We all put it up last night. Hubby and the girls went and got ribbon and decorations, and the girls and I made bows to put all over our tree, and it looks fantastic. So now we're really in the spirit. Even got some presents wrapped and put them under there today. So you guys, I'll see you back here same time, same place, next Monday, live from the grooming table at 5:30 Eastern Standard Time. Have a great week, and I'm working on a video for you guys. It may be a little late getting out, but I'm working on it. I got a couple in the works. We got another one coming from Suzanne, and I also have one of me wearing a body cam grooming a golden doodle. So that'll be something new and exciting for you guys. I'll see you next Monday. I love you. Here's your subscriber showdown. How does it feel when your dog is the demo dog at the Andis booth?
Pretty cool.